All right, guys, this is the Genius, and I've never done one of these before, but I couldn't help myself, and I know it's kind of late, um, but I'm just a huge Star Wars fan, and I have to give uh, a reaction video for the latest teaser trailer that came out for Star Wars: The Force Awakens, and I just want to give a few comments after I watched the trailer. I've already seen it a million times, so um, it's always emotional every time I watch anything from Star Wars. So I'll make more comments about that later. And so right now, let's just watch the trailer and then I'll make my comments.
The force is strong in my family. My father has it. I have it. My sister has it. You have that power too. Chewie, we're home.
Anyway, guys, that was the latest teaser for Star Wars, and I let me just explain a little bit why I'm so emotional, and I'll stop because I know it looks cheesy to see a grown man cry over a teaser, but uh, when I first saw Star Wars, I was 7 years old. I know exactly where I was at. I know exactly how it happened and how I experienced it. And uh, the opening shot of that Star Wars, the first one, the New Hope, of that Star Destroyer, uh, just blew me away. And I even remember my brother, who was watching, sitting there next to me. He was a couple years younger than me. He was scared, and I was that movie. Uh, it's more than a movie. It is something that is very serious. Uh, the themes and the stories. There's so many stories in the whole story of Star Wars, and that's why so many people can relate to it because each one individual can pick out a story that relates to them. And the main story, of course, the young boy growing up, wanting to seek adventure, and yet found out more than what he could realize, and then the irony of his father uh, uh, finding out who he was, and it's one of those stories that is timeless and will just go on forever. And this is why someone like JJ Abrams, who I knew was the right person to take over the Star Wars franchise because he understands his responsibility. His responsibility is so serious because he understands that he has in his hands the collective childhood of millions, if not billions, of people in the world, and he knows he cannot mess that up. He knows that he has to stay true to the original Star Wars that was meant for all of us to see. And I'm so happy that me as getting older now, that people younger and younger generations are going to be able to experience this Star Wars like I did for the first time and really appreciate how this movie is above all movies ever created, and it's the only movie that matters. I doubt if I see any other movie. I heard there's Batman, Avengers, whatever, all this other silly stuff that's coming out. I don't care. I mean, I'm sure some of it's probably going to be pretty good, but this is the only movie that matters. Star Wars is in a category of its own. There is no other movie that compares to Star Wars. This has its own world, its own universe. This is something serious. This is not a bunch of mean mugging superheroes throwing cars and busting down buildings in the city of New York for 2 hours. This is a saga of passing on a power from one generation to the next. It's all about family. It's about empire. It's about the economy. It's about politics. It's about global universal peace. It's about anything that you can think of. The story is about that, and that's why this movie is just so important. I cannot wait. It's amazing how only Star Wars could have a teaser that comes out a year ahead of time, and people are literally mentally already making a line to see it. This is the only movie that matters, period. And I loved every Star Wars movie. The people have honest criticism about some of the prequels. I thought the prequels were great. I watched them over and over again. Those prequels had to tell the story of Anakin Skywalker and how he met Luke Skywalker's mother, and he had to tie. George Lucas is a genius. Okay, he had to tie everything together so that someone like JJ Abrams can continue the story forever. That's how George Lucas foresaw this. He saw that this story was bigger than him, bigger than a movie. He knew that he had to create something that was going to pass the test of time. And like I said, I'm so glad that JJ Abrams is doing and directing this movie. He is, in my opinion, the next George Lucas. He did such a wonderful job with Star Trek, and I'm a huge Star Trek fan too, but not compared to how I am with Star Wars. I'm a fanboy to the core when it comes to Star Wars. This, like I said, this movie is the only movie that matters. Period. This Star Wars. It's Star Wars. Nothing else. No other movie. I don't want to hear about it. This is the only movie that matters. So that opening shot, right? This is why. See, JJ Abrams, he gets it. That trailer, that teaser there, that shot of taking its time to show the scale of the universe, of the world that is Star Wars, and that Star Destroyer in the background. That is what Star Wars is. It's that grand scale of so many themes and so many universes and world. It's just it's that, and not just on top of that, you have just unlimited action. It's just all this action. It's overwhelming. If you cannot, you have to watch. That's why you have to watch the movies over and over and over again, because there is so much action packed in each one of these Star Wars movies that you have to take it all in. It's like having a meal that you cannot finish, and it will take you a lifetime to digest every food available in this one meal. That is what makes Star Wars on a level that is just unattainable by any other movie. So I know I'm rambling on, but this, like I said, this is the only movie that counts. This is the only movie that matters. This is serious. Star Wars is serious. And we trust in JJ Abrams to carry our childhood to the next generation. And our experiences, the only experience that I really remember in my childhood, and I was 7 years old when I saw this, when I saw Star Wars New Hope, the only memory that I have that stands out in my childhood is Star Wars. I mean, when I was in school, elementary school, we used to play lightsabers fights. We used to play. I used to take my hand and pretend like I was one of those snow walkers, those AT-ATs. This is it. This is, anyways. I can't wait to see this movie. This movie is just going to be unbelievable, and that's all I have to say about it. It cannot come soon enough. This movie is taking too long to come, because I don't want to see anything else. There is nothing else that I want to go to. I don't go to the theaters anymore. I'm only waiting to see this movie, Star Wars. That's it. So, anyways, that's it. That's all I wanted to say, and may the force be with you.